Welcome back to another episode of My Life. My life be like, ooh, ah. Anyway, you remember that show from MTV? That's so funny. What was I going to talk about? This was even just, was a test video. I was just going to check to see to see the tree. But I guess what's come to my mind now is don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Don't be afraid to enjoy the things that you wish to enjoy and live the life according to your terms. I'm standing here with you guys in the middle of the forest next to a tree. I was gonna try to see if I could climb it, or at least walk the thing. Let's see, one second. Right? Because sometimes you have to, nah, it's giving danger. But yeah, I just say all this to say that you don't have to be afraid to be who you are. You know, you don't have to be afraid to live your truth. You don't have to be afraid to want to do the things that you want to do, want to enjoy the things that you want to enjoy, and spend the time doing the things that you want to do. You should be able to do that without feeling guilty because you're not working, or you feel silly because people have told you that this stuff is dumb. And because look, I'm literally out here in the playing with sticks and climbing trees and shit, and they're gonna say that's for kids. That's for kids. What should I be doing then instead? Should I be working a job that I don't like? Should I be trying to get a house I can't afford? Should I be voting for a politician that doesn't care about me? You let me know. Or we could play lizard tag and go karting. You see what I'm saying? I always choose the latter. Life is fun, guys. Life is free. You're free to live your life however you choose. Everything that it's all conditioning, it's all programming. And if you think that we're just like a big computer, our brains are just like giant computers, and the the brain is the software, the computer or the body is the hardware. So you can get a Lenovo laptop and run Linux on it, or you can run Mac OS on it if you configure it properly. The same thing with your mind. Your body is here. You can either be a brokey, or you can get into a position where you are financially free. I don't want to just make it about money, but I know that all people care about in the world is money. So that's kind of where my life led me. Because one thing I've noticed is that the world always let me know when I didn't have it. So I said one day, okay, time to go get it, because they not letting you live if you don't have it, And I mean that metaphorically, because when you really start to understand it and get out of survival mode and understand the energies and the vibrations and the frequencies around us and the things that are, you know, around us, and you start to understand God and you start to see the beauty and the abundance and everything, and money ain't shit. You realize that, okay, money, yeah, it's important. I want all of it, but I don't need it. It needs me, because without it, it's just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper on the floor, or it's just a number on a computer screen. Hence why I love DeFi. I'm bullish on Solana at this time. I think the market, last time I checked, market was like 235 USD for a token. Let's see where it goes. Yeah. So yeah, I just say that to say that you don't have to be shy. You don't have to. It's like that saying, you can either be at peace with the world and at war with yourself, or you can be at war with the world and at peace with yourself. Growing up, I was always at peace with the world and at war with myself as a people pleaser, doing things I didn't really want to do, going to school, trying to pursue a career that I wasn't really I thought I wanted to be a lawyer at a certain point. I'll tell you the story about how I even got into that at another time, if you guys are interested in hearing that story. What a tale. And I wanted to get into law to help people, as I found myself being wrongfully accused. I wanted to figure out the system, and I wanted to help people and get people out of jail and all that kind of stuff. And you realize the system is all fake, it's all a game. And that's why you go to court, because it's a game. They go back and forth. The lawyers go back and forth in the courthouse. You know? That's why when you go to play basketball, you play on a basketball court. You go to tennis, you play on the court. Just passing the onus back and forth, back and forth. And the referee is the judge. He don't really care who wins, who loses. He's just here to make sure that they play the game fair. And then I started to see that, and I'm like to myself, oh man. Because one day we had mock trials. We had to go to a courthouse in our area. I was in university at the time. We had to go to a courthouse in our area, and we had to observe trials. Two things stood out to me that day when I had gone there. One was when I went into the courthouse, and they said, you have to bow before the judge. When they say, the judge come in, all rise, bow to your high majesty, whatever. I said, hell no. I'm not bow. I didn't bow in the courthouse to the judge there. I don't bow to no man. Again, in some cultures, if I go to Japan and when I meet executives out in Japan, I can bow. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is this perceived notion that a man who sits in a chair as a judge, and even the way that they position the judge's seat to be above the attorneys, the lawyers looking down on them, looking down on you, is all for a specific reason. That's all Masonic symbolery and rituals and symbols. We could talk about that too. That's my favorite shit to talk about. So, I started to see the indoctrination. I really started to see all the Masonic imagery and the quote unquote the scary secret society stuff that they tell you guys to be afraid of and all that stuff, but yet they're using it to control every aspect of your life, So, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to go to court because I don't want to bow down to a judge with a stupid wig on, and now he think he better than me because he's sitting up there. No. So I was like, I said, no, not for me. This ain't it for me. I don't blue couch, true Hagobi, bow down to no man. So no. And then I had gone after that. When I had left that court proceeding, I had gone upstairs, and there was some other cases going on, and I had read the trial, or what the case was on the outside of the courtroom, and it was for murder. It was a murder trial, and I just sat there and I thought to myself, I didn't end up seeing that trial. By the time I got up there, it was over. But I'm like to myself, someone's life has changed forever. Someone either beat the case and they're out, and that's cool or whatever. The lawyer proved the onus was to be on the state or on Parliament, or Parliament proved that the onus is on the defendant, and now he's in jail serving 25 years. And then that was probably about 10 years ago. So if they lost that case and they were into jail, they would still be in jail today. Somebody was, they'd still be in jail. They would have been like halfway through a 25-year sentence by this point. So, all that just got me thinking about how rigged this society is, how rigged everything is. It's so stupid, the way they make us feel about ourselves and the way they make us feel about what's important and who has the rights and all, because all that stuff is like maritime law, I think, or not martial law, but it's like man-made law. These are not the laws of God. There's 12 immutable laws of nature. Go and study those things. To me, that's when I realized those are the things that are true in this world. Because no matter what bullshit law they write in the Constitution, section 1.118, 111, still man-made, and they still don't even follow the rules that they created. So I said to myself, nah, it's not for me, man. That's the whole being a lawyer and like then try to be a judge, not for me. I thought to myself I could help people in other ways. And it was my one of my law professors, she told me, and hand on heart, when my mom died, she was the only teacher that I felt cared about me. Because the other teachers were like, okay, but when are you going to bring in your assignments though? She was the only one that I felt that cared about me at the time. And she said in her lecture, one of her early lectures in study, she's like, okay, you want to be a lawyer because you think you're going to get rich? No. If you want to make $100,000 a year, it's better you sell hot dogs on campus. And I really thought there and I said, damn, because all I really want is the money. All I really wanted was that 100 bags a year to, you know? And then later on, after class, I went to go get a hot dog and it was $5. And I'm like, she wasn't lying. There's 50,000 kids on this campus and you're selling a hot dog for $5 a piece and they coming at you 24/7, you know? So, and because she was saying, like, you're going to spend a lot of your time as a public defender making 45 grand a year. And I'm like to myself, wow, that's bogus. That is so bogus. So then you're going to go into debt. You're going to go into debt for like 150 bags and then go to law school and then this. And then you're going to come out and be a public defender for 50 years, 47,000, excuse me, $40,000 a year. And I remember one of the girls that I was in my class, she was like, oh yeah, my dad have a law firm and like I'm just doing this so that I can get the credentials so that I can go and work with him and I already have a job set up and I was like sitting there and I'm like to myself like, these people they already have it made and I don't even want to do this shit. you know? So I got my degree, I graduated. I never picked it up. I actually had to go and order it from the school. I never picked up my degree. I got my bachelor's in law and society at York University. I never picked up the physical degree, which even then we were just talking about the Masons, and then that's another way they get you by getting you all these degrees. When you graduate, every time you graduate in the Masonic Temple, you go up a degree, and then you go to school and you get a degree. It's the same shit. It's the same shit, man. That they always talk about the secret societies and the. So funny, man, when you start to see like all the stuff around you and how they condition you and shape you and mold you and make you fearful, but also make you work in the system that they tell you to be afraid of. And so interesting, if you ask me. So then I'm grateful because what I learned in that situation and that time that I was at the school was how to read contract. I understand legalese, and I understand like what it means to read a contract, and understand what those binds mean, and why that like when you're signing a certified document, you have to use black ink only. They don't let you. There's a reasons behind these things. They don't just do this stuff randomly. This stuff just didn't just happen, come out to be. These things are orchestrated. These things have been passed down. Secrets have been passed down for generations, thousands of years, and then they just make it seem normal now. And so it's so interesting. It's so interesting the way, and I think it's everything that I've gone through in my life has shaped me and helped me to become the person that I am today, and the person that you're seeing standing in front of you, who's confident enough to be out in the park and climb trees and do what some people may refer to as childish things. I will have to go watch the Ninja Turtles movie soon. I haven't watched one in a while. So I just say this to say, guys, you can like just live your truth. Live your truth. The things that I heal, healing your inner child. They're always talking about healing your inner child, and I really understand that to heal your inner child is just to live the life that you wanted to before they beat it out of you. Before they made you feel stupid for liking Ninja Turtles. Before they made you feel stupid for your reading comprehension skills. Before they made you feel stupid for your math skills. You were into something. Whether it's bugs, whether it's leaves, whether it's reading, whether it's etymology, whether it's science, whether it's technology. There was some spark in your heart that they beat out of you when they flatten you on the school system. It's funny because in ASL, American Sign Language, this is school, flatten you. That's what it means to me, man, at least. So, and just to make you like, to put you in a box, to put you in this sense of like, you're dumb if you don't write properly, or you're bad if you're bad at math, or whatever. Just things that make you feel shitty about yourself. They make you feel like a bad person. They make you feel less than. And then now, like, those are your formative years when you're like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So not only is the school telling you this, but also like the kids in your class are telling you these things as well too. The media is telling you these things, that like if you don't get a good job, you're gonna be a bum and you're gonna be a dumb idiot and you're gonna have to work in a warehouse and you're gonna have to do this and all these kind of things. And then like you follow their plan and then you still have to go work in a warehouse, you still have to go and do all these things. So it's like, but this time with more debt, you know? I just feel as though that you can be happy living your own truth and creating your own story. There's only one way, like there's only one way to live your life, and that's the way that you decide is best for you. I can't tell you what's going to work for you. I can only tell you what's worked for me. That's why even now, like, I don't give advice. If anybody asks me, if I'm prompted to, I can give my opinion on what I would do if it was me, but I can't give you advice and to say do what I do and live like me, and no, 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 no. Because this life, this nomad living off, being able to work off your computer, make money online, I love it. But these things are not for everybody. These not having a home to call your own is like stability that some people crave. I personally don't, so I'm not too upset about losing my first apartment, leaving the studio, and all these other kinds of things, giving up stuff, selling things, and getting a camera equipment, thinking that I needed all this stuff in order to be successful, and then just to sell it and then be like, oh, I just needed my phone, really, and a tripod, and what I'm speaking to you guys with now, and a mic. Save your money and get binoculars instead so that you can go and look at the birds. Man, 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 man. Looking back is a bitch, ain't it? So just don't be scared to be who you are. Find your thing, rekindle, reconnect with yourself, and find that thing that made you feel made you feel happy, made you feel truthful, made you feel authentic. Before they told you that it was lame, and before they told you that that's for girls or that's for boys, and you can't do that, and you're too black to do this, or you're too dumb to do this, or all the kind of limiting beliefs that they program into you. And then one day you like look up and you believe it, and then you fulfill the prophecy, the self-fulfilling prophecy, where they say something about you, and then all of a sudden you start to believe it, and then one day that you start to do it, and then the prophecy is completed. So trapped in another man's design, eh? So I say all this to say, have fun in your lives, guys. Enjoy yourselves, because you only have one life to live. You only have one life to live. There's no do-overs. And I guarantee you, when you're laying there on your deathbed and you're surrounded by your family and your friends and your loved ones, you're not going to wish that you worked more. You're not going to wish that you saved, oh man, I'm so happy I saved all that money. You're literally going to be like, damn, I wish I asked her out. I wish I went on that cruise. I wish I was bold enough to state my opinion. I wish I was strong enough to say that, no, I don't want to live that way. I want to live this way. I hope, you know, they'll say, oh, that's what you'll say. That's what you'll say, man. You're not going to say, I'm so happy that I ate that extra burger. Actually, you might, because you'll enjoy that experience. I know it's like smash burger, I'll like it more. But it's not going to be these temporal things. It's not going to be these temporal things that consume us, and they tell us to consume, that are going to be what you remember. It's never, even when you think about your friends and your family and your loved ones, and you think about fond memories, it's never what they bought you. It's never what they did for you. It's always how they made you feel. Always about how it made you feel. So chase that feeling. Chase the feeling of happiness. Chase that feeling of euphoria. Chase that feeling of abundance. Chase that feeling of prosperity. Instead of living in the self-fulfilling prophecy of guilt, doubt, shame, condemnation, you can live truthfully, you can live happily, and you can live in heaven. So you don't have to live in squalor and not enjoy your life because you like afraid of what people are going to think about you. They're going to say, oh, well, he's sassy because he likes this. I'm a man child because I like to climb trees, or this or that. Like, whatever you want to say about me is whatever you want to say about me. I do not care, because at the end of the day, it's me. I'm happy in my life. I'm enjoying the things that I get to enjoy. I'm living truthfully, and yeah, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. even in that instance, I just had like an anxious thought. A thought came to me about like, oh, what if I don't have enough though? What if I don't have enough? It's always about what if I don't have enough money to chase my passion and to chase my dream. That's even a limiting belief that I have to remind myself that I'm thinking that fear and that lack because that's what I feel. So it's like in the chain, like the chart, you know what I mean? Where it's like the cycle of where it goes through. I have the feeling, and then I'm like to myself, okay, why did I feel that way? What does it mean? And then how do I get out of it so that I don't have the feeling? Or, as you can still have the thought. Analyze these things. I'm not saying to bottle your emotions. I think it's actually healthy for you to talk to yourself sometimes about what it is that you're feeling and trying to strategize with the expert inside of you about how is best to live your life. Because you're feeling this way because there's something that you don't want. So allow yourself to pivot to what you do want whenever you get those feelings of anxiety and those feelings of uncertainty. So I think that's everything for this video. I think so. I have so much to talk. I literally could talk forever. I literally could talk forever all day. So let's wrap this one up, guys. If you've been with me this long, thank you so much. I love you for the support. Like, comment, share, whatever you feel. My first book, How to Get It, A Brief Guide to Getting in Tune with Your Inner Self, is available now. You can find the link down below. Yeah, love you guys lots. Love you guys lots. Looking forward to speaking with you guys. Looking forward to meeting you guys. And let's just keep it on the up and up. Okay? Love you lots. See you soon. Out. Peace.